كتاب الله دستوري وخير الخلق أسوتنا
بسنته انجلى نوري لهدي الحق أرشدنا.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. Today on the second episode of Throwback Thursday, we're throwing back to who, akhi? The Salaf rahimahullah ta'ala. What is Salaf? Salaf is pious predecessors. From them mainly is the three big generations, akhi. At the top of the three big generations, at the top is Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We already talked about. We're going to talk about someone important today, akhi. This individual, as I mentioned to the people before, akhi, he was the same individual that the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam knocked on his door. Started crying. He started crying so much so because he was so happy. The Prophet ﷺ, imagine the Prophet chose you, akhi. He chose you. Abu Sufyan, he is chosen by Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. He is the best person who ever walked on the face of the earth. Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, as Michael Hart has said. Remember I told you that? Yeah. Imagine Allah chose you. Imagine Allah has chosen you, people who are watching right now. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam has chosen you to go on the biggest thing that is going to change the Islamic history, which is what? The hijrah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So akhi, let's talk about who Abu Bakr is. In short, sweet, right to the point, because I know you guys have homework to do and they got exams and stuff like that to be doing, and they got tests to be worrying about, akhi. So quickly, hit them with quick jab, 1, 2, 1, 2, akhi. Let's go.
So this character, this Sahabi al-Jalil, this great companion, he is none other than Abu Bakr As-Siddique.
What's his name, akhi?
You know, and his name is Abdullah ibn Uthman. You know, and his father, his name was Abu Quhafa. And all of his family accepted Islam.
Oh, so there was not one person who was a non-Muslim in his family?
Not one person.
Allahu Akbar.
This is the great.
What about akhi, when he became, so how fast was it for him to accept Islam? How fast?
So subhanAllah, he was one of the only companions that accepted Islam without any hesitation.
Wow.
The Prophet ﷺ came to him and asked him to accept Islam, and he accepted right away.
No questions, no this.
The Prophet ﷺ spoke about this in front of all the other companions. When him and Abu Bakr and Umar got into an argument.
What did he say?
So, just in the Prophet, just to show the status of Abu Bakr, he told him that when I went and I came to Islam with you, and when I came to ask you to accept Islam, some of you hesitated. And then he was the only one who accepted without hesitation.
That's why he's the first male to accept Islam, right?
And then after, when the Prophet ﷺ brought this up in front of the companions said, after this day, we knew about the status of
Allahu Akbar.
Then the people knew about his status.
He had a status, akhi, even with the Prophet ﷺ. Akhi, tell us, when the Prophet ﷺ told him about all that money, to bring all of his wealth, did he hesitate? Because right now, if you tell some of the people, akhi, you know, akhi, buy me a shawarma. Akhi, I don't have money. He starts scratching his head. Oh no, you know, I don't have my debit card. He makes all these excuses, you know what I mean? Subhanallah. Now look at this. Look at this is the companion of the Prophet ﷺ. He's being told to bring all of his wealth. What did he say? Did he hesitate?
He did not hesitate. So Umar ibn Khattab, he reported that one day the Prophet ﷺ, he asked them to bring money. He commanded them because obviously they were doing tijara. They had money. They were rich. So when the Prophet ﷺ commanded them, Umar went home and he brought half of his wealth. Then the Prophet ﷺ asked him, "What have you left for your family?" He said, "Half of my wealth." Then after,
why? Because he thought that he actually beat.
He wanted to beat Umar.
Sorry, Abu Bakr.
He wanted to beat. Sorry, because the companions, that's how they were. They were racing towards the khair.
They were good friends. They were like, especially the youth nowadays. Subhanallah, they race. How many the problems? Like right now, he says, "How much you chopping? You chopping? How much? You know, I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm chopping this, that. Sisters, you know, what are you doing? Oh, this, that. I just bought this new Mary Kay bag and this, that. Subhanallah, companions were what? They were racing for khair. They were like, Akhi, did you pray Salatul Fajr today in Jama'ah? Akhi, how's your iman? Akhi, how's the deen? Akhi, how you doing? They're pushing each other for the deen. But the youth nowadays pushing each other for what? For shar, akhi, for evil. That's sad, man. The companions, these are the people. Okay, keep going.
So then after,
I'm feeling this, akhi. I'm feeling this.
So then after Abu Bakr, he said, the Prophet asked him, "What did you leave for your family?" He said, "I left Allah and His Messenger." He said he left Allah and His Messenger. Imagine that.
Allahu Akbar.
You know?
Allahu Akbar.
And
He
this,
left Allah and
subhanAllah,
His
just to
Messenger.
show you. And then Umar, he said, after this day, I knew that I could never beat Abu Bakr.
Allahu Akbar.
After that day, he knew.
Why? Because he had a position, right?
Yeah.
But akhi, that doesn't mean that all the youth, I mean, you guys go and bring everything to Allah and His Messenger, like the masjid, your own house and stuff like that. No. But since Abu Bakr was a businessman, he could easily regain all his money again.
What did the
It was
Prophet say?
okay
What did
for
the
him.
Prophet say?
About the other companion, the Prophet ﷺ told him, when he said he wanted to give his wealth, the Prophet ﷺ said, give a third. وَثُلُثَ كَثِير. And even a third is way too much in and of itself.
Subhanallah.
So akhi, hit us up what happened at the time of the death of the Prophet ﷺ. Everybody's all over the place, right? So the best man, his best friend now, got to step in. So now for you, akhi, now for you, for example, when situations go wrong with you, akhi, this, that, who do you call? Wallah, you call your best friend, akhi.
Yeah.
Your best friend, and your best friend's the one who's going to hold it down for who? For Abu Sufyan. Why? Because he's a real G, akhi, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's exactly what it is. So now tell us, keep going, fill us in,
So
akhi.
then the Prophet, before I go to that, I want to give a quick hadith about how the Prophet ﷺ said that if I were to take a Khalil other than Allah, then I would take Abu Bakr.
A close friend.
Close friend, Khalil.
Allahu Akbar.
You know, a very close friend. And then he said, but the brotherhood is sufficient. And he said that keep every gate closed except for the gate of Abu Bakr.
And the Prophet and Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, there was a companion. Akhi, the companions were like, they thought the Messenger of Allah was the most beloved to them than anything else. You know, one of the companions said, Ya Rasulullah, you know, tell me, he thought he was going to be the first person. Tell me the person that you love the most. He said, he thought, he's like, no, the Prophet loves me. The other man said, you know, the Prophet loves me. The other one said the same thing as well. Then the Prophet said, I love Aisha the most. And then he said, no, from the males, tell me who you love the most. And then he thought himself, no, khalas, I'm on the spot, you know what I mean? And then you know what he said, Abuha, her father, Abu Bakr. Subhanallah. He loved Abu Bakr the most out of every single person at that time from the companions. Akhi, so now what happens at the death? Yeah.
Abu Bakr As-Siddique, he was in the outskirts of Medina. So then when he heard the Prophet ﷺ died, right away he stopped everything. This is how much they loved him. Stopped everything and he went with his riding beast all the way to the Hujra of Aisha radiallahu anha.
The house of Aisha.
The
chamber. Okay, good.
And then, but when he went inside the masjid and he saw all the commotion going on, and how Umar was, the news was too much for him to bear. That the Prophet died, that he shoved all those companions inside the corner of the masjid and he pulled out his sword and he said, if any of you are going to tell me that the Prophet is dead today, I will kill you. When he pulled out his knife.
Allahu Akbar.
He didn't want to believe that. So imagine seeing that. Abu Bakr sees all that happening, but he doesn't even pay attention and he runs straight to the Prophet ﷺ. Then when he sees the Prophet there, he uncovers
and where does he kiss him?
And he kisses him فَقَبَلَهُ بَيْنَ عَيْنَيْنِ. So then he kisses him right between the love he has for the Prophet.
Between his eyes, right there.
And then he said,
and he died in the lap of Aisha radiallahu anha, which is the daughter of Abu Bakr As-Siddique. Okay, he said,
so you smelled good. You were good. You had a good fragrance when you were alive, and then you had a good fragrance even now that you're dead. And then he said that that I freed my mother and my father for you, O Rasulullah. And then
because of a tawheed, akhi. Because the Prophet ﷺ bring tawheed. Yeah.
And then after he covered it and he went to do a khutbah, despite all that happening. You know, Umar tried to talk, but then he went in straight and he started talking. And then he told the people, من كان يعبد محمدا فإن محمد قد بات. Whoever worshipped Muhammad, now he has died. But then after he said,
ومن كان يعبد الله فإن الله حي لا يموت.
Whoever now worships Allah, then Allah will never die. حي لا يموت.
Allah is ever living and He never dies. Subhanallah.
So then after that, he recited the ayah, إنك ميت وإنهم ميتون. That verily you will die, O Muhammad, and they will die as well. You know, to show the people that he will not live forever. That he's just a man. You know.
So, akhi, that's Abu Bakr As-Siddique. He was the best person after the prophets and messengers. Now, akhi, the next person, inshallah. Akhi, subhanallah. The companions used to race with one another for khair, right? Every time they would race with one another for khair.
Yes.
This companion always wanted to race with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I mean, he always wanted to race with Abu Bakr As-Siddique. Why? Because he had that virtue. You know what I mean? Because Abu Bakr As-Siddique always wanted to be that first person for khair. Now look at this. This companion of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as the Prophet, as it was said about him, they said if this companion went down one side of the road, Shaitan would actually go down the other side of the road. You know? So if this companion goes this side and shaitan knows that he's coming down this side, he's going to go down a different path. Why? Because he's scared, akhi. Because this companion, he changed the history of al-Islam. And definitely many people after the next, in the next Throwback Thursday, they're going to take this man as a role model. And inshallah, they might even call their family members this, with the, you know, new babies that come out with this companion or this person that we're going to be talking about, inshallah. Why? Because shaitan was scared of him. And akhi, inshallah ta'ala, you're gonna find out who that is on the next episode of Throwback Thursday. هذا والله أعلم وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله.